Should I buy an iPhone 6 or an iPhone SE? Coming up right now, let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here from Everything Tech, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to this video on should you buy an iPhone 6 or an iPhone SE. Now this video comes off the request of a few subscribers asking, Nick, should I buy the iPhone 6 or the SE? I am very confused. I made separate videos, but that might not have been enough. I made a video, should I buy iPhone 6 in 2017 and should I buy iPhone SE in 2017? That can be found on the channel, links down below in the description. But we're gonna find out which one is the better option here, as both have came down in the price point. Guys, so the first thing I want to share with you is the build and durability of both of these phones. Now, my experience with both have been pretty good. The iPhone 6 is a very nice and durable phone, but it's not as durable as the 6S, and actually because it was a redesign, a fresh redesign, it didn't have the strongest aluminum that I've ever seen. Now, the iPhone SE is the iconic iPhone design, and even though it's an older design, I do think the SE offers a little bit stronger body, a little bit more durable, a little bit better structural integrity than the iPhone 6. Yes, the 6 is thinner, it might be sexier to some in their opinion, but in my opinion, using both of these, the SE is the better built phone in terms of durability. Does that make it a better phone? Well, that's for you to decide, but we'll find out more on to the next point. So the next thing I want to talk about here with the iPhone SE and the iPhone 6 is the display performance. Now, both of them do have 326 pixels per inch. Obviously, you get a 4-inch screen here on the iPhone SE, but the iPhone 6 actually gives you a higher contrast ratio. So in my experience, if you're picking one of these up and you're deciding which is the better display, I don't care that the SE is a little bit smaller. The iPhone 6 still has a better display. So if you want the better display, go with the iPhone 6. It's bigger and it has more contrastier colors than the iPhone SE, but that doesn't make the SE a bad screen. It's a really good screen. It's just a small screen, and it's 326 pixels per inches, and it does have great viewing angles. Also, this phone has great viewing angles. But if I had to give one the win, it's going to be the iPhone 6 on the display performance. Talking about specifications, the iPhone 6 does rock an Apple A8 CPU. This is a little bit of an old CPU by now. It does clock in at 1.4 gigahertz with 1 gig of RAM. The SE is an Apple A9 at 1.8 gigahertz with 2 gigs of RAM. And this is an area where a lot of times in iOS, it doesn't really matter, the specifications, but in this case here, it does matter. And the iPhone SE just absolutely smokes the iPhone 6 in everyday performance. It's not going to be felt just on, regular swiping and opening a couple of apps here and there, but where it's really felt is day-to-day multitasking, day-to-day gaming, day-to-day, just doing heavier stuff. The SE, it's really hard to choke up the SE. It's a blazing fast little pocket beast, and everybody I talk to and everybody who's been commenting and leaving feedback have been saying, man, is that SE fast? So in my experience, man, is that SE fast? And it is definitely the win, hands down, in performance, and internal specifications do matter here. So in my experience, the specs here, the spec sheet does make a difference here, especially when we're talking about the processor here for the iPhone SE. Now, in terms of software, they are both running iOS 10.3.2, the latest version of the software, and both run it very slick, very smooth. This is very well optimized. Apple controls their hardware and software here, but you do get a little bit of an extra feature here with the reachability on iPhone 6. Not really necessary here on the SE because you can reach everything one hand here. Now on the iPhone 6, you can also do display zooms to make the icons bigger, which you don't, once again, need here on the SE. So a few extra features there for the software on the iPhone 6. But the iPhone SE runs pretty much everything you would need it to run, and both are going to be supported well into the future in terms of software. iPhone 6 has probably got a little bit less time because it's an older processor. So if you're looking for longer term software support, the iPhone SE is the win here. And definitely software, I'm going to call this even though. But if you're looking for a longer term software support, go with the iPhone SE. Now in terms of performance and speed, I'm not going to go ahead and run an application test here because I did do this already in a previous test. I did a iPhone 6 versus iPhone SE, a speed test type video. I will leave that link down below in the description. This is more of a experience, giving you an experience and should you buy one or the other here. But in terms of performance, like I said earlier in this video, the SE is the faster phone here, hands down. iPhone 6 still runs good, but it's just not going to keep up with the iPhone SE these days. So definitely pick the SE if you're looking for the best performance of these two. Now, in terms of gaming, if you guys watch this channel regularly, you guys know I'm not a huge gamer, but the iPhone SE again is the better gamer here. It just will run games quicker, it'll load them faster, and it's going to be a better gaming experience performance-wise. Now, the iPhone 6 is going to be a better gaming experience screen-wise. So it really comes down to that. Are you a heavy gamer? If you're a heavy gamer running those, Marvel games and all those games that require high graphic power, you're going to want to go with the iPhone SE, even if it has a smaller screen. Now, if you're somebody who runs casual games, such as the one I'm showing you here, Temple Run, the iPhone 6 will handle these like a breeze. So if you're not a heavy gamer, this one doesn't really matter to you, but for gaming, I definitely have to give it to the iPhone SE because performance, I think, matters more in gaming than the size of your display. We can buy a cheap computer, that has a 17-inch display, but if it has a Pentium processor with no dedicated graphics card, it's going to run super slow and crappy. Even if I get a smaller Microsoft Surface Pro with, a little bit better specs, even though that's not a super gaming machine, it'll still run better than that Pentium processor. So definitely pick the smaller phone because of the better performance if it's for gaming. Now, here is an area that I think if we've used an SE, we all know who is the clear winner and who is the better experience in terms of battery life here. The SE is an absolute beast in the battery life department, and it remains to be one of the better iPhones I've ever seen in battery life, regardless of the fact that it's such a small phone with a small battery here. Now, the iPhone 6 is definitely a phone that I think is one of the worst iPhones when it comes to the battery life. So easily, in my experience, I have to recommend you guys go with the iPhone SE if you want a better battery life smartphone. So yeah, the SE wins in this regard as well, probably due to the efficiency of the A9 pushing less pixels on a 4-inch display and has better RAM management and also better hardware software optimization with the newer specifications. So what are the clear advantages for the iPhone 6 after all of that? The iPhone 6 probably has the advantages of price. It does come down way in price now. You can find it at a lot of, used, refurbished, some websites still selling it new for much cheaper prices than an iPhone SE that you can find new as well. The SE also, has come down in price depending on where you get it. So this is not a total win for the iPhone 6 in the price point. Now, the iPhone 6 does have the advantage of, I think, a better looking display, a bigger display, and a sexier design. I think the 6 series just looks better, it's thinner, nicer phone, in my opinion, in looks department. But that's about it for the iPhone 6. I don't think it has any more advantages other than that. Now, the iPhone SE to me has a few more advantages. It can shoot in 4K video recording, it has a better battery life, and in my experience, it's a more easier phone to use, one-handed. It's a very portable and nice phone to use, and definitely a lot different than what most of the phones on the market do have to offer here. The Touch ID scanner is about the same speed, the speaker grill, like the audio, is about the same, also still has a headphone jack, unlike the iPhone 7, and it's just, a really nice phone package all around, a little bit better durability than the iPhone 6. So those are the advantages to the iPhone SE. It also takes better photographs in my opinion. So Apple A9 CPU plus more RAM for future software updates. So those are the advantages for me to the iPhone SE. So which should you buy, an iPhone 6 or an iPhone SE? Well, this is a hard one because anytime you're buying a phone, it's really a personal choice. It's really up to you. But if obviously you're clicking this video because you're having a little bit of a hard time deciding, and I can just share my experience and my journey with you of using both of these phones, and I can tell you right now, if I had to choose one of them, it'd be the iPhone SE, and you probably picked up on that throughout this video that I'm leaning a little bit more towards the iPhone SE, and there's good reasons why. I'm not saying the iPhone 6 is a horrible phone. It's still a pretty great phone, so I wouldn't, think you're not a smart person if you bought the iPhone 6, but the iPhone SE to me is the clear winner in this one here. So that pretty much wraps it up for me of iPhone 6 versus iPhone SE. Which should you buy? Like I say, I did a versus video on these, like a speed test. You can check that out. I also did separate videos on should you buy one or the other, more of an objective standpoint rather than my own experiences. But here I share with you my experience. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click the like button for me, share this with a friend, and also post your comments down below if you have any questions, feedback, concerns. I do listen to what you guys have to say. I do respond to your feedback, and I do create videos based on what you guys need. So do that for me, and have a great day wherever you are. Be sure to be well. Thank you as always for watching this video. Very much appreciated, and I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well, and peace.